530 AD, a massive Persian invasion force is approaching the frontier fortress of Dara, intent on making the Byzantine town its own. Will the Roman defense be robust, or can the numerically superior Persians break through and claim their prize? Tonight, a team of martial arts trainers, observed as usual by our military experts, find out on Time Commanders. Welcome to the show that proves history can kick ass. And hoping to do just that today are a team of jiu-jitsu coaches from Essex. They are research chemist Steve Thomas, who also trains in karate.
We're used to not biting off more than we can chew. We're used to getting in there and relying on our expertise to get us out of trouble.
Earl Walker, a shipping manager who once entered a vodka drinking competition in Kazakhstan and thinks he lost.
Undoubtedly, we're going all out for a victory, and there's no point in considering anything else.
Biochemist Wayne Bowen is very much a strategist with a keen interest in history.
We have a strategy, that's what we've all agreed to. I think I'll be quite annoyed if we don't actually stick to the plan to some degree.
And Jamie Taylor hopefully he doesn't get too many opportunities to unleash his martial arts abilities in his day-to-day life as a postman.
My thoughts on the experts. Well, as long as we win, it doesn't matter what they say. And if we don't win, they can always meet us afterwards.
Together, these four fighters are tonight's Time Commanders. Welcome to the programme. Now, you're all four fighters, so I'm expecting to see loads of aggression here. Can we have that from you, do you think?
Definitely.
Good. Steve, you claim to know the name of all 206 bones in the body and how much pressure is required to break them.
That's what the students believe. When you've got a new student in, you teach them things like it takes 14 pounds of pressure to break an elbow, so that they know it's not strength, it's technique.
Ah, those long winter evenings must fly by. That sounds fantastic. Well, good luck this evening. Let's hope your martial arts abilities become useful. We'll see how you fare. Watching over our team's every move this evening will be our experts. They are historical analyst Arek Nussbacher, senior lecturer in war studies at the Sandhurst Royal Military Academy, and historical expert and author Mark Urban. Right, now listen up, because this next bit is very important. This is your team briefing. The experts are going to tell you about the fight to come, so pay attention. Every bit of information could make all the difference.
You are going to refight the Battle of Dara. It's the year 530, and we're at a border town between the Sasanian Persian Empire and the Byzantine Empire. And it's all going to focus on the little fortress town of Dara.
Now, the commander of the Roman army is a general called Belisarius. He's about 30 years old, and he's come up through the royal bodyguards. Some people think he was of German origin, and it's his first time really in charge of his own force on an independent mission.
For generations, the House of Mihran has provided the leaders of the Persian Empire. And today, Peroz of Mihran, the great general, has sent a message to Belisarius. Draw me a bath in Dara.
Right, now Dara lies right on the frontiers of the empire, Byzantium and Persia. If we look at the map, we can see the fortified town itself.
Peroz's Persian army has been crossing the plains from the southwest. And Belisarius, the Byzantine commander, has sought to trip them up, slow them down by digging a trench all along the front of his defensive position out in front of the town.
What you've got to remember about this situation is you've got a side in this called Romans, but they aren't really the Romans you might think they are. These are knackered, has-been Romans, really, in many ways. This is part of what the Roman Empire has broken into, the eastern part, sometimes called Byzantium. The standard of the troops, the standard of the whole operation, is not that of the crack Roman legions. Instead, this is an empire trying to defend a shifting border with another empire, the Persians. And you are going to be the Persians, or the Sassanids, as they're sometimes called. You play the part of Peroz. And I think that point about the ditch is critical, because in a sense it shows what the Romans are afraid of in you. And that's your heavy cavalry, sometimes called the cataphracts. They are the shock arm of the Persian army. They're heavily armoured, but they can also use missiles.
You've also got a lot of very good light cavalry, including javelin throwers and horse archers. And these fill out the cavalry side of your army. You're very strong in cavalry. You've also got a huge crew of infantry. And some of them are reasonably good archers, but a lot of them are just there to make up numbers. If you can get past the Romans, those are the guys who are going to get killed storming the walls. Yeah, they're not very good in open combat. They're not very well motivated. They're the traditional Persian slave soldiers who've been dragged out yet again to fight for the King of Kings.
So it's a clash between long-standing enemies, the Romans, or Byzantines as we'll call them, and the Persians, played by our team. Exciting stuff. How do you feel?
Okay.
Yeah, confident, okay.
This is an important point of the programme because you're going to lose the experts soon. So at this point, you can ask them 2 questions. On you go.
Can infantry get across the ditch without using the crossing points? Can they get down and scale out again?
Anybody can get across the ditch. The question is, what shape are you going to be in once you get across the ditch?
The other question we've got is on the cataphracts. They've got some, we've got some. What are the relative strengths? Will ours beat theirs in an open fight?
You've got a lot more than they have. You have got a considerable superiority in cavalry.
So you're the big man, and he's the little man, and it's jiu-jitsu. Think about it.
We're nearly there now. We're nearly battle ready. The important thing we've got to do now, you're all fighters. We know that. Only 2 of you will be generals. 2 of you will be captains. It's the experts who make that decision based upon your profiles. So they're going to tell us now. We'll be given the orders. We'll be carrying them out.
We're used to working as a team. We teach as a team. We're used to thinking on our feet. So we're going to get stuck in and bounce ideas off one another and just react to the situation as it changes.
Okay, Steve, you will be a general.
Thank you.
When you are a captain.
Earl, I'm sorry, you are also a general.
Okay. Which means that, Jamie, you are a captain.
My top tactic is attack, attack, attack.
Right, so that's it. Now we know. We've got 2 generals, 2 captains. How's it going to work?
Fine.
It's going to be okay.
Okay.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You're all happy with that?
Yeah.
Close.
Pretty much the plan, really.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
that's how we worked it out ourselves.
Well, the experts got it wrong. I'd rather have messed that up. Oh, well.
Or got it right, depending on which way you look at it.
It's all about how you work together as a team, so let's hope it does work. OK, then. Fancy a scrap?
Yep.
Not with me, obviously, with them. Now, that's good, because that's what you're going to have. Most historic battles would start with a skirmish, a smaller fight. You're going to have one today, and this is good because it's your practice run for the main battle. Your chance to test yourselves in battle, to see how you get on. It's hands-on experience. Use it wisely. The experts are going to tell you what you can expect.
Right now, your army is advancing with a cavalry screen in the front. Your Persian cavalry screen is about to meet Belisarius's Byzantine cavalry screen out in the fields near Dara.
Now, this is going to be fast and furious because it's mostly a cavalry engagement. Their aim is to stop you coming onto the battlefield in a situation like this. Yours is to sweep them out the way, so be aggressive.
This is probably going to get gruesome and bloody. Make the most of it. What are you going to do?
Hit them hard.
Yeah.
Hit them hard and fast. I would say, looking at if they're out in front of us at wedge formation, and then swirl, come round both.
Let's try and split them.
Yep.
OK, well, generals, captains, good luck. We're going to take the experts away now. That's the last you're going to see of them. They're going up to the observation deck. They'll be keeping a close eye on what you're doing, and they won't necessarily be kind and generous. Captains, you better take up your positions, because I think that's probably enough talking and looking at maps. It's time to see what you're made of. Let's have a fight. OK, you are off. That's it.
Order them up. We're going to push out to the right. OK, you're going to go down the side of Jamie's troops. We're going to try and take one group first and take the others afterwards.
Round and then coming to them at an angle.
From the start, the team has got a significant advantage in occupying the high ground, and the team's troops, more mobile than the enemy, have got the ability to outmaneuver them. So it's looking good for the team. They're forming up at the top of the hill. There are the Byzantines down towards the bottom of the hill, and the main thing they need to do is get some speed and violence going.
Yeah, come across and go beside Jamie's. Follow Jamie's troops. OK.
I love the beginning of this. The first bit is kind of the most revealing. And straight away, the generals have stepped forward. They're talking to their captains. They've got good communication, I reckon, from the start.
Do you want them in any lines at all?
Now, they mustn't hang about, because those cataphractoi with all that armour on are liable to overheat.
Yeah, that's right. They nicknamed them the Clibanarii, which meant the bread ovens.
What is your plan?
We're going to sweep these around here.
Yeah.
These on the front attack here,
Yeah.
keeping these in reserve to take care of these. So we're going to wipe these guys out and then sweep right across and finish
everybody. Risk
everybody
on
up.
those flanks if you're going in
That's
like that.
precisely why we're keeping these guys out to the side.
Like that.
These guys are eventually going to come virtually straight on. These guys are going to come round and attack the flank here. These guys are going to be protecting this flank from these guys. We'll take all these out and then we'll work our way through, finish off the rest.
Good luck.
That's a lot of heavy armor on those horses. Usually that's going to slow them down, make them far more of a deliberate weapon rather than a quick crack weapon. But that slope is going to give them a bit of momentum. Yeah, now they're moving their horse archers up into range.
That's right, these troops were trained to gallop up, give a salvo of arrows, and then turn about, but keep firing off more arrows as they made good their escape.
Keep your heavy stuff with them, Wayne, because if we get in trouble...
Are we in range?
Yeah.
Yeah? Keep firing. OK, let's get some fire going.
Yeah, so do you want to take them up even more?
No, no, that's it.
Right. The cavalry, you're firing on the cavalry, yeah?
Yeah.
Need your heavy stuff in there, then.
Keep firing.
The team is standing still and taking archery. I don't like that.
Yeah, what they've done is they've spent a lot of time manoeuvring to get onto the enemy flank, which was great. And then they've thrown away the advantages of being in that position, because they've stopped and the enemy is now manoeuvring to get themselves out of the jam that the team put them in for a moment there. So that's a bit of a shame.
Steve, what do you want to do with the other main group out to the left?
Your heavy cavalry,
Yeah, they're
Pull them
starting to advance now.
yeah, pull them up alongside.
That's it.
What? The heavy cavalry
Pull them up alongside your
Swing round to the
left.
Swing round to the left,
Yes.
so your front's coming in towards this.
Yeah.
Oh no, look at this. Jamie, the captain on the right, seems to have lost control of his heavy cavalry.
This group of cataphracts, just who knows what they're doing with them.
Swing round to the left, Jamie, so your front's coming in towards this. Going too far now, you need to come round to the left completely. Okay, we'll right round to the left.
Okay.
Where's Jamie taking his cavalry?
Your other left.
That's it, right, now let's attack these guys here. Yeah, that's it.
There we go.
Now let's engage.
There we go. Now there's a fight there.
They're doing pretty well against the infantry, and even better further back on the right when you look at it, where they've destroyed a unit of Byzantine cavalry.
What the team has really failed to do, sadly, is capitalize on their initial advantage. Over here, their cataphracts are being taken on by the Byzantine infantry, and they're also taking fire from those enemy archers.
Be worried about this body of Byzantine cavalry coming down on the rear of the cataphracts.
Yeah, but look, they're coming under fire as they come. They've got to close quickly.
Yes, but the key thing is that they're going to protect the cataphracts.
Stop, and oh no, they lost cohesion. They took that charge at the halt. Cavalry never want to take a charge at the halt.
Well, the Byzantine cavalry have triumphed over the team's horse archers. And look, now they're charging into the Persian cataphracts.
That has got to sting.
Team, you've got to coordinate. You've got bits hanging around just shooting the breeze, bits getting butchered.
The team here has completely lost a sense of what to do at their cavalry. They're standing still, dying one by one. Watch those horses drop one by one. And here are some light infantry, and they're going to come and start sticking knives up the horses' backsides, and it's going to get very unpleasant over there.
I'll say.
Guys, I think you're in serious trouble here.
Yep.
You've suffered massive casualties. Lost a lot of men there.
But we've learned things.
Well, if that's your tactic, that'll be very clever.
Actually, sadly, the thing that they need to do is disengage and go home. They've lost this engagement. The skirmish has not
They've been
gone
pummeled.
well.
They've
That's
been
right.
pummeled.
They've been outhandled. The enemy cavalry's been far more agile than theirs, and they're about to see the end of it if they don't get out of it. Oh. No, go home now.
You're basically, all your people are dead, Steve, yeah?
Yep. Oh, this is going to be so bloody. Look at that. Oh, dear.
Now that is a first. We've never before had a team lose all its troops in the skirmish.
Well, the only way is up.
Oh, that was...
You're not moving the guys at the back, mate.
Guys, captains, come back up here. Come on. You were butchered.
Yep.
That's all right.
That was poor.
Absolutely torn apart. So, was that your tactic?
No, we intended to come round the right flank
Right.
and take one side at a time. And when
They
they
had
lined
too
up,
much, yeah.
we got drawn into the middle.
So you got drawn in,
Yep.
they took control.
Yep.
Have you learned from it?
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's good. Yeah.
Well, what worried me most there was the way the team went to pieces under pressure. It should be calm, they should be interacting properly. Instead, it was like happy hour in the bar of the Titanic. And I think if it carries on like that, they won't be able to get the different parts of their army working together to achieve a really good effect on the battlefield once this all starts, because the Byzantines may not be the classic Roman army, but they are still quite formidable opponents.
Yeah, and the team's main asset is their cavalry. And we saw that they had a plan, and when things didn't go according to plan, they didn't have the agility to use the cavalry's physical agility to work things out. They weren't able to respond to a changing situation and impose their will on the enemy. Instead, they ended up watching and panicking as their army disintegrated into shreds.
Generals, this is your army. Remember, you can't just steam in and get battling. You've got to get organised. Captains, you better get down and start getting familiar with the troops that you've got. Generals, think it through, and you'll know when the battle starts. Okay.
We need to know whether we can fire across here before we're cracking on, yeah?
Now, the team's army, the Persians, the Purple Force, are approaching Dara from the south. And across that ditch are the defenders, the Byzantines in red. They've got cavalry on the flanks, but an ambush, look, out here on this flank.
What infantry have we got down there? We've got any spears?
We've only got one very small unit on the left.
The team's army has got a lot of cavalry. They've got 9 units of horse archers. They've got 3 lots of cataphractoi and a troop of horse javelins. And they're supported by 5 units of spearmen and 5 of foot archers.
what are the troops we're facing over here on the right?
The enemy's got fewer cavalry, but more infantry. The skirmish has shown that this battle can be won or lost by cavalry action.
We've just got archers on the left.
That's all the army.
Yeah,
don't
okay.
worry,
We'll
they haven't got
take
any other armies,
So,
though.
small unit of cataphracts here.
In front of us. Yep, but that's a big unit of cataphracts against us.
The team is setting up with a strong force of cataphracts on one flank, strong force of cataphracts on the other flank. They're setting up just the way the Persians did in the real battle.
What are you going to do?
Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to bring the infantry down to there,
Right up to the ditch there.
right up to the ditch.
Yeah.
With the archers in behind.
Right.
First strategy is to engage the enemy across the ditch with the archers.
Across the ditch.
Across the ditch. If we're
Are
in
they going to
range.
be able to reach from there, those archers?
We haven't
You're
yet
gonna find
established
that out when
We're
you
gonna
get
find
there.
that
Okay.
out, yeah. We're then going to bring 2 lots of cavalry here,
Rest over the other side.
rest over the other side.
How are you going to be with using weapons? Because, I mean, you can't just chuck them away and get stuck in with your thumbs or whatever. You need to use them.
We don't see that as a problem.
OK, well, it's 5:30 AD. Ancient enemies will be coming together tonight, and there will be only one victor. Let battle commence. We're in.
Okay, guys, we need to get those archers forward.
You okay? You're up to the ditch.
And the infantry.
Yeah, he's closest unit. Okay, you can talk to him.
Engage with the archers.
And the team's army is now moving towards the city of Dara, but they've got to negotiate that ditch, and they can either try and get through it or find their way around the sides.
Look what the Byzantine army's done. They've moved up, right up against the belly of that ditch, which will allow them to fire right across the front of the Persian army with their own archers. It's going to come down to a slogging match between the Byzantine archers and the Persian archers. The team has an advantage in that because the team has got more archers.
I just hope they've learned from their skirmish. I mean, they seemed very organised in the planning stage. They fell apart last time under pressure.
Okay, they've come up to their side of the ditch.
Keep an eye on how close the enemy are getting.
As soon as they're in range, let's get the firing. Yeah?
Don't forget, if you can fire on them, they can fire on you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do you want them in any sort of formation?
And basically, we want to engage them in a straight line across the ditch, yeah, with the archers and the archers.
Oh, what about our cavalry?
Our cavalry, they're going to sweep round to the right, just backing up the infantry and sweeping round to the right.
If you've got some infantry that can go with them, just in case anything comes out of the ditch.
Yeah, okay, what?
Okay.
Behind her?
No, in front.
Oh, they're walking at the moment. Do you want them to go quicker?
No, that's fine.
I reckon individually, they're both pretty good generals. We're in range. It's how they're going to work together. That will be important.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Do you want to start firing?
Please? Because they're doing it to us.
We follow the team's arrows in. We can see them beginning to have a small effect on the Byzantines, but still, one has to say, not great. This is going to take some time to have a real effect, I think.
There's a unit coming up over the hills on the left flank.
Okay, fire on it. Weaken it before it hits us.
I don't know if I'm right, but they look a lot more cohesive, a lot more together than they did in the skirmish. Are they?
It started well, but of course, as always with these things, it's when it goes really pell-mell that we'll see if they can hold together.
And that's going to be a problem because I think that these generals are not willing to let the captains knuckle down and do the job. Every time something complicated comes up, the generals abandon the bird table. They
do run down a
That's
lot,
right. They run away. They lose the big picture.
okay, as soon as you pass them, Jamie, swing round to the left and attack.
Now, what's happened here is that they have taken the lure, if you like, of coming across the gap. So they've moved around the team's right, they've brought cavalry through, and they're attacking the Byzantine flank. All well and good, but of course that will trigger the Byzantine ambush, and
That
they
is
are
going
now
to be
moving forward.
fantastically bloody. I'm going to go and watch it down there on the floor.
Also got to set a lot that hanging back.
Oh, yeah,
on the ditch.
on the right.
Trouble on the right.
Okay.
Turn round.
Turn around and have them.
So I just hold position, Steve?
Yeah,
Fire,
we've
we've done the archers there, fire.
We got a problem on the right.
Okay.
Your guys in the middle there, turn them round now. They've just about won where we are.
The key thing is they've got to realise that this threat is emerging behind them. And if they don't change the face of their cavalry or bring in more cavalry to see off the threat, they are about to get mullered.
Still, oh my God.
And I'm afraid it's like watching a car crash.
Turn them round and attack these guys coming in as quickly as you can.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
But it just isn't going well for the team at this point because the ambush is basically working.
But if the team can disengage here on their right flank, on the Byzantine left flank, and figure out something else to do, well, that's exactly what you do with cavalry. You use them in an agile fashion. You throw them in, you experiment, because you can always get them out afterwards, can't you? So will the team get the cavalry out of that ambush instead of leaving them in there to fight? And so far, they're leaving them in there to fight. And there's a lot of purple draped horse bleeding to death on the ground.
What we've got now is such a chaotic battle going up on their right flank there.
The way the battle is developing on this flank, it's moving into the wrong half of the battlefield as far as the team is concerned, the team's half of the battlefield.
Start to move your infantry round to the right. Where the archers?
Okay, team, hold fire a second. Come back to the table here. You have an opportunity to come together, discuss your tactics. We've paused the battle for you.
This is the back of our archers.
This is the back of our archers.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. But I mean, we've got big concentration here. Small concentration.
We're holding them here. I can space. I can send some across.
What we need to do is we need to bring some of these guys across here.
Where's that Persian virtue of patience? All they need to do is stand out there in the baking sun and force the defending Byzantines to stand there too, sweating in that heavy armor as they get filled full of arrows. The team has got more soldiers. They can afford to stand there and exchange arrows.
In the middle, and then bring this lot.
You've got 30 seconds and you're going to be back in the middle of it.
So we're going to bring these troops here up here. Yeah, we're going to continue to engage here.
If I can offer one thing, don't get too fragmented. If you get broken up, you are easy picking.
Should we just go for it here?
We need the cataphracts of Jamie's in the front of that lot, in
you
the
have to
vanguard of
control
that attack.
Go do that. Yeah.
Okay, Jamie, you okay sending them in?
We're going to bring these infantry round to here. Yeah. Bring the archers up so they're more in range, and we're going to continue.
Don't leave gaps that will allow you to be flanked. Okay. You've got to get on with it. In you go.
Wayne, we need to go across the ditch now. Give them something to think about.
Team's Persian forces have gone into this phase of the battle in a very aggressive fashion.
They've gone into the ditch. Now, they can get through with a small disruption to their formation. The question is, how are they going to use those troops? They seem to be... They're getting stuck in. And then we can see some Byzantine forces breaking.
They're using them to screen the disengagement of their own cavalry. That's very interesting.
As the cavalry are running.
They're pulling back their infantry here, but not a great idea to turn your back on enemy cavalry.
I think now also you're seeing over here on the flank the Byzantine cavalry pursuing broken Persian units from the field. That's well inside the team's half of the battlefield. So if we come back, we can see another Byzantine cavalry attack against those purple Persians. So basically they're in deep trouble on their right. The question is, can they, by attacking in other parts of the line, compensate for that plan miscarrying.
But Earl is trying to micromanage his own right flank. He's not letting the captains get on with it.
Yeah. Every time it gets tricky, the generals, look, I'm at the map table. No generals, just me, and I'm no good.
Push the whole lot forwards. Let's sweep, let's turn the flank.
Straight in the side of these now.
Well, look at this now. The team is just throwing everybody in. There's no subtlety in this. But you never know. They might break through here just with the weight of this attack, particularly on the left.
Yeah, if they can get through where their archers have done the most damage.
We're taking the left flank, guys.
You've got cavalry way up this end.
Yes,
way up this end. So you need to get them back
Straight
into
down
the battle.
Okay, now if we go over to what is the team's left side of the field, things are going a bit better for them. They've got hordes of cavalry going in, pursuing some broken Romans. They need to stop that pursuit, rally, and get them back. And here we can see Byzantines, Romans running away. Good to see. So things seem to be going pretty well on the team's left, not well on the team's right.
We're getting attacked from the back, Jamie. We've got another lot coming behind. We're going to get absolutely slaughtered on this side. Absolutely slaughtered.
Oh, I don't like the look of that there. On the far left.
Your archers need to be up to the ditch, and we'll pepper them
Look at
again.
these guys moving backwards away from the ditch.
They're running away. Steve, on the left, they're running away. So they're no threat.
Now, the bows those archers are carrying are powerful weapons, and different cultures shot their bows in different ways. The Byzantines would pull the arrow back as far as their ear, while the Persians just drew as far as their chests. And it's been suggested that the Byzantines got a bit more range out of their bow that way, but that the Byzantine archers would get tired faster.
We've got our people heading out this way again.
Right, straight down over the right. Take them all
That's
into the
better.
side.
They're coming back in now.
It looked like some of the Byzantine army was running away. What they were really doing was getting into a better position.
Now, looking down on this, the Byzantines are both on the right and over here on the left of the team's Persian army, and that really means they're going to get squeezed.
Wayne, you've got a big body of troops still behind the ditch on our left-hand side.
It's really so close at the moment, it's impossible to say which way it might go. And for the generals in these battles, the stakes were terrifyingly high. The Persians, if they caught the Byzantines, stuffed them alive and nailed them to trees. The Byzantines, having become a Christian empire, didn't like that kind of barbarism, so they just impaled them instead.
Okay, send them straight across here to help these guys.
What about a general's unit?
Who's
Is
that out there?
Okay, guys, it's another pause. Captains, run back up quickly if you can tear yourself away from what's left of your troops. Use this time wisely. Get together around here.
Wayne, we need to pepper these and then stop that lot. This is still mostly ours, isn't it?
Here on the team's left is a whole Byzantine force. Here on the team's right is a whole Byzantine force and more there. And here's the team caught in the middle. So the team has got to figure out what they're going to do about this sandwich. They've got a tremendous potential advantage. If the team can concentrate against one flank and kick the hell out of one of those groups of Byzantines and then turn around and go for the other, they'll be all right. But if they try to do both things at once, they could get into serious trouble.
How are you feeling? 5
It
seconds
looked
and you're
good
back
when
in
we
it.
stormed across the ditch.
You can still do it. You can still do it. And you can still lose.
Thank you.
Right, okay, fire on now. Yeah, send us straight into that.
Okay, yeah. There's a unit coming across the ditch at you.
Yeah, the one's coming across
Gonna
the
hit you in the
ditch.
side, face up.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, the Byzantines, they've taken everything the team could throw at them, they've sucked it up, and now they're coming back at them across this ditch, and unless the team can defend it, I think they're in trouble.
Oh, the team's cataphracts are charging right across there. They're going right into that melee. Wow, look at that chaos. This is going to be very expensive.
Guys, and I mean, I can't keep up with this one. I keep thinking it's going disastrously wrong, and then it kind of comes back again.
Go either way right now. If the team can get it together to attack the Byzantines on one side and then turn around and attack the Byzantines on the other side, they could save themselves. They've got a lot of people. They are concentrated in the middle. That might help them. But if they let the Byzantines crush them together all at once, they're toast.
It'll all be over. Right.
I think there are rather more Byzantines on the Persian side of the ditch than you would want to see at this particular point.
Can it still go either way from here? But they're going to have to be pretty special to save it.
Yeah, I think it could go either way, but there are still a few blocks of cohesive Byzantine forces there.
Right, I'm going to watch on the floor. See you in a bit.
Keep moving to the right, Jane. Everything just keep going to the right.
Wayne, the stuff in the ditch.
Yeah, send it.
What? The stuff in the ditch. What's it engaging?
Right.
You need to get your cavalry untangled and get some momentum behind
Cavalry
them.
against my archers on the left. Where's that heavy-handed,
Come on, guys, pull it together. You are getting into trouble now.
Yeah.
Earl, we need that
Disengage
cavalry
now.
turned round in the ditch.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit the side of that line that's going past you.
You don't give up, do you, Steve? Might as well. Sorry, that's harsh.
Okay, all fall together.
Bring them all together.
Let's fetch them all together over here.
What have I got there?
You've got to make use of that cavalry. You really have. That's your biggest weapon left. Maybe your only weapon.
Jane, we've got another lot heading off into the wilderness again.
Stop there and fire at them.
Where is your cavalry now?
Basically here and here.
If Steve thinks he's got cavalry in that ditch, he's dreaming. I think it's a pocket of foot archers being cut into thin strips there.
No, there's Jamie's cavalry. They're broken.
We've got more people leaving the field here.
Where are they going?
That's what I keep saying. Jamie, we've got to turn right out behind
Running
you.
off again.
Jamie, you've got a load of cavalry on the run. Where are they going?
It's the third lot we've gone off.
Where do you want that cavalry?
Jamie sent one lot to Birmingham, I think.
Jamie, we've got to get these troops. We've got them almost right off the map. We've got to get them turned round and back into the battle.
There's Wolverhampton, there's your cavalry.
Is this your only unit left?
We haven't got control. They're controlled by Adam.
OK, they need to stop and fire if they're archers. We're fighting in separate units.
This is a really confusing battle.
What are those guys doing then? Running away?
Guys, you could still do this. Keep fighting. Keep them in there.
We've got these guys right down here.
It's broken into a series of piecemeal engagements. Potentially that wasn't disastrous for them because they did have the advantage of numbers overall. But I think now we can see that it's allowed the enemy to dominate them.
You can see that the Byzantines on the field are all coming together. Their strength is converging, and you can see the Persians' strength is
There's a lot of
disappearing.
Persians routing now, fleeing the field.
Slave soldiers don't stick around when the master goes down.
Earl, you've still got forces doing nothing. If you get them stuck in.
Archers are running away, guys. What have we got to get at them?
Can you
If you
rally
get your
them?
cavalry moving
this?
now,
I need some
you can do
cavalry
it.
on the left flank.
The cavalry's in the ditch.
Well, get them out.
Get them out. Have you got any cavalry in the ditch, or is it Jamie's?
Come on, guys, you can do this. If you lose it now, it is your fault.
Come on, take them in, Jane.
Right, fuse up with them. Okay.
I think Earl is back shouting at his captain again. There's no real attempt, unfortunately, by Earl to direct the battlefield to stand back and let his captain on that flank fight his half of the battle.
I can't stand this.
Defeat enemy.
General's unit.
Oh, no!
No, we're finished.
You're not finished, but it's not looking brilliant.
They weren't able to respond to what the Roman army were doing. And they tried to make up for it by using their poorer quality infantry en masse in almost a gesture of desperation, but only a third of the way in. All right, that looks like the last stand there.
I'm afraid they're toast, aren't they?
They are toast.
Yeah, we've only got 5 guys left.
Oh, no! That's it. Come on, team, back up to the table. Captains.
I thought we had at one point.
Impetuous again.
That That was a battle.
Oh, exhausted.
It was a really hard fought
I thought we
fight.
had him round the left. but-
There were plenty of moments. No, that was not a walkover by a very, very long way. Even I could see that.
But
it was
problem, we had
intense.
troops leaving the field all over the
Once they
place.
leave, you can't fetch them back. I know you said fetch them back, but once they turn, you can't fetch them back.
That unit that we drove off that came back again.
Yeah,
We'd
that
seen
was
that
their
off.
cavalry.
There were
came
times
back.
when it was yours.
Yeah, I know.
There were times when it was yours, and then times when it wasn't. It was all the way down to the wire. That was a really tough fight. Well, we didn't expect anything other than a good, tough fight from you guys, and you certainly gave us that. OK, well, let's see what the experts made of the battle. Eric, Mark.
You were the big man, and you were in a contest of agility. And you allowed the small man to take your weight and throw you aside. And this was a problem. You were not agile. And as a result, when it all went to hell, the Byzantines were able to pull success out of the chaos, and you weren't.
It was tough, and even quite near the end, particularly when you got your right working, you almost recovered it. But in the end, I think there were some problems going on of getting you all working as a team. I mean, poor old Jamie, you had Earl in your ear hole half the time. Are you going to need a hearing test after this, I think?
I have that every week.
And he was up there leaning against the rail, chewing you out. And obviously, the generals really ought to have been looking at the big picture while you guys were fighting for your lives at the front, because obviously it was pretty iffy down there.
It was a nasty surprise coming in there as
Indeed.
well. I mean, those extra troops steaming in didn't help.
No, that was a nasty
Well,
surprise.
look, tell us what really happened, what they should have done, how they might have won it.
The Persian army has got its infantry in the center with archers, and they're going to advance right up to the lip of the ditch, and they've got cavalry on either wing. And the first thing that these guys here on the right see, and this is, the commander is called Pityaxes, and Pityaxes is thundering across just as you guys did, trying to get round that Byzantine left flank.
Now here, the Byzantines are in trouble. They've got problems with cataphracts, so they opt for surgery. And here it is. It's Pharas, the Byzantine general, hidden on the flank, waiting exactly as he did with you guys to take them in the flank. Big problem.
But the Persians have got another blow to throw, and they send Barismanes around on this side of the ditch. And once again, they run into Byzantines who are going to maneuver their horse. And the Persians think they're running for it, keep on going, keep on pushing towards the fleeing John of Lydia on that flank.
And in the end, with that situation, the Persian infantry, who one of the Roman chroniclers described as a pitiable rabble, were simply not good enough in the centre to recover the situation for the Persians. And the result, in the end, historically, wasn't that different to the one you had. The Byzantines did win, and having done that, captured a few enemy generals, off for an evening's impaling. That was their favoured form of disposing with them.
Fate to await you. Well, Mark, Eric, thank you very much as our experts for tonight. And team, thank you very much. I'm sorry you didn't manage to turn history this time, but you proved yourselves to be real fighters. Well done. You have been watching Time Commanders.
Dara and the Byzantine-Persian wars weakened both sides. The Persian Empire, having been brought to its knees, was overrun by the Arabs in the 7th century, and they brought not only a new culture, but a new religion to the area, Islam.